I can believe that's 0 to 100 in about 5 seconds. Well, hello and welcome to another Simply Gregster EV review. Today we have a 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 5 long-range all-wheel drive. So 77.4 kilowatt-hour battery pack, about 239 kilowatts of total output, 320 horsepower. We're going to do what we always do. We're going to go on a little bit of a drive, talk about some of the car. We're going to charge it. This is an 800 volt car, so it should be a monster at charging. We're going to find a nice site to charge it at. And yeah, so let's go for a drive. So here it is. This is the Ioniq 5. This is a car, like I mentioned, that I've been looking forward to driving for quite a while. It's quite a large vehicle. It's built on Hyundai's eGMP platform, Electric Global Modular Platform. This is a bespoke battery electric vehicle platform. It doesn't share anything else in common with the internal combustion platforms that Hyundai and Kia have. Again, 77.4 kilowatt hour battery, 800 volt charging. It will do 10 to 80% state of charge in roughly about 18 minutes on a 350 kilowatts charger. About 320 horsepower of a total output, or 239 kilowatts. It will also do 11 kilowatt AC charging at home. So if you have a setup for that at home, it will charge quite quickly there. 2,100 kilos, I would say, 2,100, 2,150 in terms of weight. It, as I mentioned, it is quite a large car, much larger than I expected, but traditional hatchback, 5-door hatchback, absolutely traditional. The wheelbase on this is absolutely massive. It has a huge wheelbase. I know I keep mentioning it, but this is quite a large car. It still strikes me how big it is. So we're gonna go for a drive, like we always do, and we're going to see what's what. We are inside now. You're faced with two screens. This is going to be your infotainment, and this is driving information. I find the steering wheel is quite lovely in this car. It's thin where you need it to be. I hate those thick steering wheels that are just annoying to hold. Very nice interior layout. You have your buttons here for your climate control. I like that it has a regular volume knob for the radio. I love seeing that. I don't like this drive selector. I find it's a bit cartoonish. You have to turn it to engage drive and reverse. I would prefer if it would just go up and down. Drive select mode is in a good spot to switch drive modes. Again, because this is built on a bespoke battery electric platform, the floor is completely flat, so you have a ton of space here. There's an absolutely ton of space, which makes it quite comfortable and quite airy in the cabin. Again, this is quite a large car. In here, there's a lot of room. We're in the Ioniq 5 now. As I said, this is a dual motor long range car, about 320 horsepower. Yeah, first time really driving one. I haven't driven one before today. We're just out here. We're just west of Montreal. Like I said, away from the traffic, away from the madness. We're gonna go up on what I think are still nice mountain roads. I haven't been up here in a while, but I remember they were nice back in the day. We're just gonna test out the handling of it. So far, the ride comfort's okay. The handling is pretty good. I don't know about these seats. This is kind of a base spec car. The higher trim levels might have better seats. So we're just gonna go up and drive the car up on some twisty bits. Let's give it the stick. Yeah, that's full foot on the floor. But no, I do enjoy driving it. I don't think it's the most engaging car. I mean, it does weigh 2,100 kilos. A bit of tail out action there. Just dab the brakes here into the corner, grab it. Just settle the car down. But no, that was a little fun section. That's not a good place to stop here. It's not a good place at all. But no, the car felt good through that section. The car felt really good through that section. It was a bit, it started getting a bit wallowy, I found. But like I said, this is a very heavy car. This is a very heavy car. But no, it handled it well. Something I love about this car is just how open and airy it is to drive. It's a very quiet cabin. You could sit in here with your thoughts, thinking about how good of a purchase this car was. The other thing I really enjoy is that some EVs, the motor engagement is not very smooth. It's a bit delayed or it's a bit rough, but this is really nice and smooth engagement. There's no hesitation, there's no missing a beat with this. It's very, very nice and smooth. And this is just an overall, this is a very enjoyable car to drive. I definitely see why owners of these cars love them, and I definitely see the appeal of owning one. We're heading to Cornwall. There's an Electrify Canada site there that has that has 4 chargers. 2 of them are 150 kilowatt, and they have one 350 kilowatt. Hopefully it's working. That site in Cornwall for Electrify Canada has been okay in the past. I've used it. If you don't know, Electrify Canada is the offshoot of Electrify America, which is the settlement, the Volkswagen Dieselgate settlement charging network. The one in Ottawa, I've had terrible luck of it never works properly. The one in Cornwall and Brockville have been generally okay. So we're going to go there and we're going to see what this car can do for charging. Hopefully it's not blocked by someone, or if it has free charging, hopefully. We're at 31% state of charge now, showing 104 kilometers remaining. I had a few errands to run, which I didn't film, so that's why we burnt up some of the range. But once we get to Cornwall, we'll check in there. Rolling up to the site. Good news. It is empty. There is no one there. Hopefully it works. I checked the app. It says everything's working on the app, so crosses our fingers with that. But yeah, it's let's see what we can do here. So we're arriving 19% state of charge. Let's see which one is available. 150, 150. There's the 350, baby. There is the 350, the big boy. All right, so let's park this thing up. Charge port's actually on the other side, so we'll come along like this. Okay, I'm going to plug in here. I'm going to plug in because I need my phone to activate the app. And once we're plugged in and charging, we'll come back. Okay, so we arrived at the site, and here's what happened in typical Electrify Canada fashion. So all the dispensers are operational. I plugged into the 350. I was only putting out 52 kilowatts out of handle A, and handle B was putting out 78. So I'm like, okay, there must be a problem here, but it's still operational, quote. Then I came over to number 3, and it's much the same story if we zoom in, where it's only putting out 78 kilowatts. So although this site is operational in the app, there's some sort of power limitation going on here where you can't hit full speed. And this is actually a problem because if you have a car like an Ioniq 5 that could charge at 225, 230 kilowatts, if you're stuck at 78, you're just kind of wasting your time. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to unplug, and we're going to go to Circle K in Lancaster. They have AWD LR 184s, and I want to see what we could max it out on the 184, because this is just ridiculous. This car should have been maxing that out at like 230-ish, 230, 240, I would guess. So yeah, there's some sort of site limitation, power limitation going on here, because even that Mach-E, he was plugged in as well, and he was only hitting 52 kilowatts, 60 kilowatts, so he's pretty upset as well. So that's disappointing, but unfortunately this is what happens a lot with Electrify Canada. I'm kind of used to it by now, to be honest with you. Okay, we just got to the Circle K location now. I've been here many times before. They're right in the back by the dumpster where most charging sites are. It looks pretty empty to me. It looks pretty empty. So we're going to take, you know what? We'll take charger number 2, because that one has CHAdeMO, and there's still a lot of CHAdeMO cars here. So we'll use that one. We'll just back up here. So we'll see you once we activate. Let me get into reverse here. We'll show you once we activate the charging session. What's it like? Okay. There was something going on wonky at that Electrify Canada site, as I said, with the charging, because it was just staying around 52 to a 72. So some sort of issue there. It's starting to ramp back up. I think it's at 114 now. So yeah, definitely some sort of issue at that site, as I expected, and we all kind of expected. So we'll stay here for another few minutes and we'll continue on our way. I'm very, very disappointed that we didn't get to see some big charging numbers, but hey, it happens sometimes, right? All right, we're just about to finish up charging here at Circle K in Lancaster, Ontario. So we're pretty much maxed out now. I think we're pretty much maxed out, close to the end of the cycle at 130 kilowatts. Like I said, at the other site, it was like bouncing all over the place and it just got stuck at 52. So we're actually going to, it just hit 131. So we're just going to stop the charge here. But yeah, it was definitely an issue at that Electrify America site, which kind of sucks because I really wanted to show you the charging on this car. But yeah, whatever. I don't think we had too many charging issues on these videos. But yeah, that's definitely a first one for us. So we'll just stop the charge and unplug. Actually, we got 15 minutes and almost 30 kilowatt hours. So I mean, it was pretty good. Pretty good. We'll just unplug. We'll put the handle back because we are good people. That's pretty cheap. And we'll close the port up. We've been driving this car all day. I'm actually quite loving it. This is probably the best EV I've driven, or one of the best. It's definitely up there on 1 or 2. It's quiet, it's comfortable, it has good power. Maybe the seats could be a bit better. I don't think it's really a comfort issue. It's more of a support issue. But the higher trim levels, I do believe, have different seats. This car is a pretty base spec. So I'm an EV owner myself, as everyone knows on this channel, and I'm not going to sugarcoat if there's issues with charging, as we saw back there at Electrify Canada. But that's the biggest hurdle, is facing the transition and facing the industry in general, is issues like that. But no, there's nothing wrong with this car. This is a great car. Like I said, I love being in it. I wasn't too sure when I picked it up last night if I was going to like it, but you know, after a few hours in it today, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I totally understand the appeal now, why the owners of Ioniq 5s absolutely love them to death. It's just a nice car. It's just a nice place to be. The whole thing with EVs is that they're supposed to be making driving fun. They could be a bit quirky, they can be a bit odd, and that's what makes them great, is They just drive completely different to what you're used to. A lot of them look completely different to what you're used to. Why do we have to stick with the same mold of the same cars that we've been driving for so long? Like, look at this car, it looks cool. It's a car that you want to drive, you want to get in it, you want to go on that road trip, you want to find an excuse to drive it. And that's what driving is all about. That's what the fun of driving is all about. I mean, yeah, everyone loves a Ferrari V12 exhaust note. Everyone loves a good manual transmission. But we could have fun in these cars too. I've had fun in this car all day. That is our review of the Hyundai Ioniq 5 all-wheel drive. This was an absolutely fantastic car to drive. I'm so happy I had the chance to drive it. I'm so happy I got to make this video for you guys. It's been on my radar for a while and we finally made it happen. The car is absolutely fantastic. It's a lot of fun to drive. I find it looks absolutely amazing. It doesn't look like anything else out on the road. And that's what EVs are all about. EVs should be about looking different, being different, having fun while you're driving, putting a smile on your face. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's about having fun. And this car was a lot of fun to drive. I highly suggest it that if you're thinking about getting one, even with long wait lists, I think it's worth it. I think this is a car that is worth buying. This is a car that you should buy. And again, it's just a lot of fun to drive. We hope that you enjoyed this video and we'll see you again shortly. Thank you for watching.